Right, hello guys. I'm making a new tutorial for Half-Life 2 map creating because people requested that I did lighting, so I'm gonna include some other things as well as that. So to make a Half-Life 2 map, we're gonna need the hammer application tool, and you should see a blank screen at first, but then you want to go to new, just click and make a new map. Okay, so once you've done that, you should see 4 screens, and to move around in them, you want to do WASD and all that. Not of these, you can just scroll in and out, but this is the 3D view if you want to look around your objects that you've placed in. So the first thing we're going to do, because we want to make something to stand on and something to see, is use the block tool. And we can also choose what texture the block is going to be. So I'm going to go to the filter thing. This is where you filter out what you want to see. So if I wanted to see doors, I type in door. Well, I don't want a door right now. Or I wanted the grass. Yeah. Or dirt. Yeah. Okay. It's basically the same. Right. So I want to get a floor, like a floor textures. Okay, here we go. So here's a nice floor texture. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to make sure I've got this blank cube icon. I'm going to left click and drag. Here we go. And now, if you don't see, you can't left click and drag on this screen. If you can't see, like if you see this, you go to your camera icon, which you click here, and you go 3D textured. Okay. So you can see what you're actually placing down. And also, we want to be able to put our character somewhere. So you want to have a spawn point for your character. So you want to go to the entity tool, and the first thing you should see is info player start. If you don't have that, just type that with the underscores in, and you want to click on where you want your player to start. I don't care where my player starts, so I'm just going to put him in the middle. Wow, that is very accurate to the middle as well. Didn't even mean to do that. Right, so here's our player. This is where you'll this is where you'll start. But we don't have anything. I'm not going to start the map now to show you what it is, because we're going to be staring into the void and it'll cause errors. So we're going to put a skybox in. So we're going to go to the cube icon again, which is underneath the entity tool, and then we're going to go to browse, and we're going to type into the filter box sky. Scroll all the way down, and 2D skybox. Alright, and then we're going to left click and drag. Make sure you got this cube thing selected, and we're going to drag on these white points. There we go, and then we're going to right click and then create object. So oh, I know. Okay, right. So I don't want this. It's going to be covering up what I see. So we're going to do tools. Please make sure you do this, and then make hollow. Right, minus 32. Right, minus 32 in this. So now we can see. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like so far. I'm sure it looks very cool. Make sure you save what you're doing. You go here. Right, run map. It doesn't matter what you choose from there, as long as I wouldn't fiddle with that. It's by default, it's really good settings. Right, you can skip this by pressing space. Right, here we go. It's pretty bland right now. Just the ground texture we chose. But your player can walk and you can hear the footsteps. Right, okay. Pretty cool so far. You can just exit that out. Right. Some walls for you to play to guide right in. So I want brick walls, because I think that is very... No, I'm going to choose this one here, so double click it. I'm going to place some walls around my character. So the easiest way to put walls down is you're going to go zoom into the thing and use the squares to guide where you place the walls. And also make sure you know the height, because you see it looks okay here, like on this top view from looking at the top, but look how big the wall is here. Right, so I'm going to scale it down using this view, and you'll see it has been scaled down to the height of Gordon Freeman. Right, I'm going to click the right click and then create object. I'm pretty sure you can click enter. Right, there's our wall. Very interesting so far. And we can just click on the X here. and we can drag. So I want to create a duplicate of that wall. Just going to shift click and carry on, and then yeah. So shift. Sorry. So you're going to click it, and shift, and then to drag it, you want to left click and drag, and then let go of left mouse first, and then let go of shift. That's very important, but I don't need that right now. So we've got two walls here. Very interesting so far. So at least the player isn't looking into the sky void. I'm going to do the technique of copying it again. Pardon me. And then dragging, using the points. Right. So this is what we have so far. It's very interesting. This is our player to walk around in. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to have a wall here with the duplicate thing. Or you can do Control-C, Control-V, but that's not always the best because it just isn't. It doesn't care about the height. It just cares about where you put your mouse, if that makes sense. Right, now I want something interesting to interact with, so we're going to place a weapon. So you want an entity tool, which is this chess piece, human figure, white thing looking thing. Right, and we're going to type in this box here, under entities, we're going to type in weapon. I can choose any of these weapons, but the SMG is my favorite, SMG1. Right, and we want ammo, because I don't want to start with the default. So we're going to type in ammo, and then we're going to do SMG. So we're going to use the arrow keys in WSD to move around, because I want to place it right in front of Freeman. Right, so there's some ammo for him, and I want to have the HEV suit on. So we got item underscore suit. There we go. So we're going to do a WSD, and we're going to put it like right next to him, because I don't want to have him actually move around and get him. So when you spawn, you'll get all this ammo and SMG. So I'll show you what that looks like. Run map. Make sure you name it. It'll ask you to name it. Just name it like test or map 1. There we go. Awesome. Right. There you go so far. Right. Okay, now it's pretty light. It's called full bright. The stuff we haven't put any lighting in. So to put lighting in, we'll go to the entity tool again, and we're gonna go to just type in light. It's that simple. Right, light. So place it anywhere. I'd advise you to put it above your character, so in the side view you can see the character. So just drag it and put it above your character. So it's here now. So what I like to do is I like to change the color of the light, because I don't know, it just looks good. If you want to change what the light is doing, you can make it like an alarm kind of, or a police light bar kind of thing. You can change it so it like flicker. Right, brightness and HDR. So I'm gonna choose kind of reddish. And you'll know that you've changed the color of the light if it actually changes here. So I'll show you an example in a second. So pick color. I'm gonna go reddish again. Or you can just choose white. It's default by white, so just be white light. You can mess around with some of these. You can do a custom. I'm not sure how you do that, but you can mess around with some of these. And you can, if you want to have like a light switch, you do initially dark first, and you can have like a trigger item. But I'll do that later if somebody requests it. So here we are. I'll put it above him, and you'll see it if I start the map again. Yeah, skip this with the spacebar. I'd advise you. There we go. So got like a red hue to it all. but it's gonna get darker. Alright. Pretty cool so far. Right, an NPC. Right, I'm gonna have a combine. So I'm gonna click the entity tool again, and we're gonna go NPC. I'm just going Metro Police. Right, and we're gonna put him anywhere because I honestly don't care. And we're going to double click him to change some of the aspects of what he has. Examples including other weapon, so you can have a pistol, which is pretty weak, so I'm going to give him an SMG. And you can also put him in squad, so it helps them tactically move about. It tells the other people in the squad where like the player is. Makes them smarter basically. Right. So he's got an SMG. If I wanted to change the color, which I often do, I can pick color. And I can just make him, I think that'd be an interesting color to put him as. So it'd be like light blue. And on a render mode, just do color. Render effects. I haven't messed around with that, but it would probably just make him like a hologram kind of thing. So we're going to do it again. So this guy's going to attack us automatically. There's a setting to change that, which I'll show you. Right. So the guy's behind here. Okay, very cool. Man, I actually do like that blue, that's cool. Right, so he was standing still, and that's because we haven't like drew him out like a walking. He doesn't understand the environment basically, so he's just going to stand still or move around slightly. So to help him move around the environment, we're going to go down to we're going to click the entity tool again. I'm going to go info node, and this will be basically the way. I'm not an expert, but this is where they will walk on, or if you want them to, if you want them to move in a certain way, like once I place this down, he'll likely move around this way, or he can take another route. He can go around this way, or he can like fall back if you're shooting at him. So this is these yellow spaces. You just click on this in the camera tab. These will be where you'll walk around, and you'll see this as I do it now. Hopefully he'll walk around unless he's like a moron or something. See, he walk around the corner. I don't think he was doing that previously, but I might be wrong. But it just helps him in general. So we got lighting. Also, if I wanted to move the light or make it brighter, I can just do the shift or Control C, Control V. So I'm just going to shift and drag and then let go of the left mouse first, then let go of shift. So now I have two lights, so it'll be a bit brighter. So you can see that now. So it's a bit brighter, you can like see over here. See, he's going behind cover. Right, okay. Right, what do we want to do now? So you've got the weapons sorted out. You can put it doors. Doors are pretty boring, but I'll do them anyway. So you can do, if you want a more advanced tutorial for doors, there's like a better way to make doors look more appealing, but if you just want a basic door, I can show you how to do that. So we're going to move Freeman. I want to remove all his items, so we're going to go into Control and then select all the items. Right, and then we can just click on them all as it's right, and we move them back. So using this 3D view, I'm going to move this wall over here and make like a doorway kind of thing. So I'm going to click on the X and move the door. And I'm going to move this light because we don't want it in the way of the walls. Right. I'm just moving stuff around at random. Okay, so here's our doorway for our door. But it doesn't look very good because there's nothing above it. So I'm going to shift and do the thing again. And then I'm going to edit it in the side view. Right, there we go. So that looks like more door worthy. And then I'm going to use the the block tool. I'm going to set it up for a door. It doesn't matter what texture you use. Like, you could probably use the shutter thing and you can still have like an average door. This door's cool. So I'm going to make details on a smaller scale, so we're going to do that. And you see it's like split up again. There we go. So I want to make the door this thin, but I'm going to have to push it down because it's just guessing. Right, I'm going to left click and drag. Okay, there we go. Here's our door. I don't know what this funky missing texture thing is doing. So it's not complete yet. To make it fit in the scale you put it as, you're going to go Shift A once you're on it and then fit. So it looks a bit nice now. Right. Right. To make it an actual door, because it's just going to be the block, same as everything else, you double click to just click it and then Control T. Func. I'm going to type in the class here. Func door underscore rotating. There we go. It's recommended. I'm going to click and I apply. So this is very important. You see this blue dot? I don't know why it's disappeared, but that's odd. Right. So this blue dot, you can edit it on here as well in this screen. This is where the rotation will occur on the door. There you go. There's the blue dot. So you want to move it to one side of the wall, so it actually, well, does its job as a door. And you're going to Control T. Oh, sorry. Wait. Never mind. Ah, fudge. Right. This is where we can edit the sound of the door and what it'll do. So I'm going to do a lip of 1. You'll see what it does. It kind of just makes it look better. And then unlocked. No, I'm going to go to start sound. Door. So that doesn't sound like a wooden door, does it? I do autoplay sounds. There you go, that sounds good. Right click that, and then we're going to stop sound. That sounds okay. Right. And then you can change the speed the door moves, but it's fine the way it is. So now that we got that done, sorry, last thing you have to do is flags, and I'm going to do toggle and use opens, or else you can't bloody use the door, can you? That's very important, or else the door just won't work. Right. So here's our room. You can see the door. I could just go through the door, but that'll make it unexciting. You're gonna have to fix this bit. I can meet the combine inside. I haven't really laid out that the combine be able to use the door because you have to put it at a certain height. I don't know what the height is, but I don't know. So there's the door. A roof is pretty easy. I don't think anybody will have a problem with it. You just slide it over the top of the items. So like, I'll give you an example. So I would click the block tool, but I'm not, and I'll just make sure I put something over the top of everything, which I'm not gonna do because I don't need one. If I wanted to fix this kind of, because there's a gap under the door, which is pretty obvious. You can fix it just by minusing it again. You can push it down, but then it kind of clips through because you've changed the size and everything. So you can minus it again using this thing, and then the gap will be less noticeable. Pardon me. Right. So you got lighting done. What else would you need? Make sure to save it. Not that I'm actually going to be using this map. See, for the lighting and everything, if you want to make the Combine not shoot you and act like if Gordon wasn't a criminal, you can go environment global. So they'll basically just act like very just passive and push you away. So you just want to select it and put it on the side of the map, which you should have. Right, and you want to click it, and it'll be environment global. And you will put the initial state as on, and Gordon pre-criminal. Then flags set to initial state. There we go. So this just means the will push the Combine, the Metro Police, the Combine soldiers. I don't think it works on them, but I might be wrong. Test it for yourself. Basically, that they won't shoot you. There you go. He'll just push you. I thought that was pretty cool. It took me a while to learn that. And if you wanted to change that, so I'm gonna have to change this. I'm gonna recommend you changing it to the name World. Or you just type in anything you want, and then I'm gonna call this S for like soldier or something, even though he's not a soldier, he's a Metro cop. So we're gonna do we're gonna go outputs and then on damaged by player. The world will turn off. So this means when you damage this person, basically you'll become a criminal, and all the Metro Police will attack you. And I'll show you an example of that. So let's go for this very exciting door. So, you won't attack me now. Come on. That guy's... there you go, that was the example. If you wanted to place another version of this guy, just, well, click him, and then shift, then drag, and there's another version of him. So there's just two. For any weapon, you'll just go to the entity tool again, then type a weapon, and it'll recommend you the weapons that you want to like. If I wanted a grenade, you tap it, you put it behind your character or in front of him, so he collects it when he spawns. I don't know what else. I think that's it so far. Another useful tip is if you want to change like a wall, like texture. So we're just gonna type in wall. Right. Let's say I liked this one. And I was like, hey, I want to change. Like, I wish I could change all of this very simply. You can just click on it, and as long as you've got a different one selected, you want to go like that. So now it will change. Very cool. And you can do that with every single one. You can do it with this one. And I'll just change all the sides. Right, I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you want to know any other things, I'll try to help you. But thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Um, that's that's it.